Hey. Welcome back to Come On You Spurs TV, where we have the weekend match spotlight. The biggest game of the weekend, the FA Cup game between Manchester United and Liverpool. Trophy hunting Ten Hag, as we call him, playing against Klopp and his secondary school kids. Who will come out on top? See us inside.
Come on, you Spurs. Right. Trophy hunting Ten Hag, schooling Klopp kids, eh? Right, that's a good one. Um, the match at the weekend had Man United at Old Trafford at home against Liverpool. Now, on paper, a lot of people have written off this match as a more or less a confirmed Liverpool win. I'm pretty sure the odds were like, Man, you had no chance in this match. But it proved to be one of the most interesting games you see in a very, very long time. A true FA Cup classic. End to end goals, plenty of drama, late goals, equalizers, and the unlikeness of performers as well. And yeah, it had a sending off, you had a yellow card, everything. It had drama. Now, for a neutral, absolutely fantastic. Also from a neutral perspective, you have people who go, Ten Hag lives to fight another day because, for a lot of people, they think sacking Ten Hag is inevitable given how they performed over the course of the season. You had very, very patchy performances. On some days they do very well, on other days they're really, really abysmal. And from a United perspective, a lot of people want to see the back of Ten Hag, and some might say rightly so, others might say, look, give him a chance. He's achieved success in Ajax. Won them a cup, even in his first season, and he has a chance of winning something else again this season. Why sack him? He's still with a relatively young squad. He's not really gelled them together. He's had loads of injuries, to be fair. And he's had what you might call a patchy team over the course of the season. However, some people will reflect and say that if you compare him to other teams in the same sort of mix, if you like, you can see where those teams are going. Liverpool have a playing system that is sort of reflects Klopp's philosophy. Tottenham, with someone who's first year in the Premier League, or in the top European league, if you like, with Ange, is playing to a pattern which reflects Ange's own DNA, and everyone sort of buys into that sort of philosophy. Now, you can't say the same thing about Manchester United, other than the fact that everyone's played with grit, with passion when they need to, and other times they just have no cohesion, no system you can point to, but nothing that sort of reflects their ethos or what you might recognize that, oh, this is Manchester United playing whenever you see those players playing. Now, if you were a Manchester United fan, what would your position be? Ten Hag stay or Ten Hag go? Would love to hear from you. Let's hear from Chuma first before we. I will leave you. Let's hear a comment in the comment section as well.
Yeah, no, it was to me as like you said, as a neutral, it's probably one of the best FA Cup games I've seen in recent times. In fact, the entire weekend was like, it was so infectious. You had Coventry coming back from behind against Wolves. Wolves thought they'd seal the game, and then you had Chelsea as well going 2-0 up, Leicester equalizing 2-2, and two wonderfully crafted goals at the end for Chelsea takes them over the edge to the semis. So you could also level the same thing you level at Ten Hag at our former nearest and dearest Mauricio Pochettino at Chelsea, but we're here to talk about Ten Hag. Ten Hag, for me, I think every time you write him out, for those of us from an African perspective, there's a word we call jazz, and jazz is, of course, the dark arts, witchcraft, voodoo, whatever you want to call it. But whatever it is Ten Hag has, he has his own version of jazz. It works every time you write him off. Every time you say that he's going to lose a game, Ten Hag will win. And that's what's been happening like consistently throughout the season. This game was no different. In this particular game, Klopp came in with all the hype because his Klopp's kids, as we now refer to them, have won a League Cup final. They've beaten teams against the run of play, and they've really just really done so well. So everyone was just expecting a proper pasting of Manchester United. But people forget Manchester United, regardless of what they've gone through in the last couple of years, are arguably one of the biggest clubs in the world. They have a certain status, and I think putting on that shirt means a lot to so many people and so many players as well. Even though it hasn't reflected this season, mainly because I think Eric Ten Hag has never been able to settle on an identity for his team. It's more like organized chaos. The thing is, there are moments these players come alive, and if played in the right positions or put in the right situation, Manchester United players explode. I was particularly happy for the young man who scored the winner, Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo, I think, is a very, very good player. He proved it being on loan at Sunderland, but it's never worked out for him at United because, in my opinion, Eric Ten Hag has not played him in the right positions. But this time he sort of played as a narrow eight with Garnacho wide of him, and that's kind of how it worked in Sunderland as well. And surprise, surprise, he scores the winner. But it was a really ebb and flow game. It was brilliant, end to end. You never knew what was going to happen, but you just felt once Liverpool went 2-1 in front, I thought it was game over. So credit to Manchester United, credit to Eric Ten Hag. His substitutions worked as well. Players came on, and this is the game where you say you discover a player or the baptism of a great player. I think this game was a game where the young midfield player for Manchester United, Kobe Mainoo, if you didn't know about Kobe Mainoo before, after this game, he pocketed Liverpool's midfield. That boy is going to be, we call him, so some people online call him the new Sadov. I don't know. He has other qualities as well, but that boy is going to be one heck of a ball player.
So one of the things you got to give credit for to Ten Hag is the fact that his youth, a lot of youth players, Tambua, the guy in the defense, the young man in the defense is brought him on and he's played very well when time has come on. Got Mainoo, like you said, Mainoo's been fantastic. Diallo, okay, he hasn't had that much in terms of opportunities, but he's also, given a good account of himself as well. Okay, Garnacho. Garnacho, I'm not sure how much was paid for him, but he's relatively young as well, Anthony hasn't been a great acquisition from a performance perspective or output perspective, but he is also a very, very talented player, and so they've got bundles of talent in their youth system in Man United, and Ten Hag hasn't been afraid of using them should he be called upon to do so. So that credit to him on that score, But where they've kind of failed, if you like, is the fact of being able to consistently play that sort of pattern that they play in this what I might call matches where they're already written off, if you like. If he's been able to achieve that level of performance in those matches where people have written them off, I'm pretty sure that they will have been much higher up in the league right now. Will he survive? Who knows? I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think? Ten Hag has a chance of winning a second trophy in his second or third year at Man United, right? But would you say you have him rather than somebody else winning those two trophies? He hasn't won a second one yet, but hey, he won one for you guys, for Man United fans, a year ago. But he has a chance of winning something else again this year. If he does come out winning, would you keep him? Someone would say that it's a point of record of say he's won 2 trophies in 2 years. Come on. A lot of people are struggling to win trophies. Tottenham fans can tell you something about that, So yeah, would you keep him or rather play any type of football and and hopefully and not win anything? So it's up in the air. I'd love to hear from you guys, and it would be interesting what the perspective would look like. Chuma, you have a view on this.
No, for me, I'm happy with Ange, but I understand the need for trophies. I understand some people want to. A lot of people see me as someone who doesn't want trophies. I do want trophies, but I want trophies only if it comes as a result of playing football in a particular way that wins. And I don't care what that way it is, so long as you can be consistent. The problem is if you're playing reactive football and you don't win, it hurts you worse than if you went for it and you lost. So that therein lies my issue. But also, if we flip to Jurgen Klopp as well, we haven't mentioned Liverpool. Liverpool have he's done a very good job trying to put in a lot of his young players where he's had a bit of an injury crisis this season, in terms of his very very good players. We haven't seen Thiago all season. Um, Gravenberch got injured as well in the previous game. Certain players have just been in and out of the squad. Trent Alexander-Arnold as well has been out. So these are the people that would have made Liverpool click even more. But and Darwin Nunes has come into form as a striker as well. So it's a thing. But here we go. They've gone from being in the hunt for 4 trophies and a quadruple down to a double. So they're only in the Europa League and the league for the title. So Liverpool have to I think they have to focus on what they really want this season, because I think it's the league title. But now they're out of the FA Cup, so they can concentrate more on focusing on the league and trying to create distance between themselves and Arsenal and City. But will that happen, or will they end up in a season where they went for 4 trophies and they win nothing? Anything's possible. I'd like to hear from you. What do you think is going to happen to Liverpool at the end of the season?
That's the joy of football. From four trophies potentially to nothing. That's a possibility. I mean, City also are in for a quadruple. I'm sorry, treble. You know, so yeah, I mean, anything can happen this season. We very much love to hear from you guys. Thank you very much, Chuma, for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Oh, next week is international break, so yeah, I mean,
we'll find something.
Absolutely. But yeah, look forward to hearing from you guys again. And yeah, thank you for joining us, Chuma. Meantime, come on, you Spurs. Cheers. Come on, you Spurs.